Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Igor Zharykau, Sitecore MVP, technology MVP, Sitecore lead developer working at Brimit. And today I will review various email campaign types which are available in Sitecore Send. So let's start. Here is an agenda of my presentation. First, I will remind what is Sitecore Send and what does it offers. Then I will check regular, repeatable campaign, quick review of automations. Then we will have review for transactional emails, way to configure and manage them. Also, I will cover some statistics and tracking of the campaigns and show you examples of each type of the campaigns in Sitecore Send. So let's start with a quick overview. What is Sitecore Send? Sitecore Send is a cloud-based, AI-powered email marketing solution that lets you target your audience at a scale. It is one of many products in Sitecore DXP platforms. So you can see it on the screen. There are lots of services, and Sitecore Send is one of them. It provides all the necessary tools to start email marketing, campaigns, and newsletters that you send to your recipients to achieve a specific outcome. You can use this for email marketing, service updates, sales confirmations, and whatever you might need. Automations. Sitecore Send lets you to automate your communication with customers by identifying some specific situations that trigger the sending of an email message. Audience discovery. It's a new tool within Sitecore Send that supports creating segments to use in campaigns through AI and machine learning. It enables you to identify your audience based on their behavior and preferences, and then use it for segmentation for automations, and of course for some personalized content. Reports and dashboards. Sitecore Send comes with different dashboards and reports that help you track and improve the performance of your email marketing efforts. And as well, it comes with some other tools like website tracking. You can connect your website with Sitecore Send using JavaScript tracking library and collect data about your recipients, track some events, and so on. Use this data again for reporting, segmentation, automation. And the rest is landing pages and subscription forms. So landing pages are standalone web application, web pages designed for email marketing purposes inside Sitecore Send. And subscription forms is a form that visitor on your website fill out to subscribe to your newsletter and email marketing, and you can integrate this form on your website. So everything in Sitecore Send starts with email list. It is a list of recipients that subscribe to your email marketing campaign. You can create an email list or have as many email lists as you prefer. You can input recipients. There are basically multiple ways to add recipients to email list, and later you can use them for segmentation and of course for targeting any email campaign. You can add recipients into email list using multiple ways, as I mentioned. You can use website tracking, so you can install connection scripts on your website, send events, and one of those events is identify event. Then this recipient with specified email will be added to the email list. As well, you can use Sitecore Send API. you need to obtain API key and then use basically Sitecore Send API to perform any CRUD operations within email list. And you can import it from third-party systems. There are some existing connectors, or you can just export your context from any other system into CSV and import them into the Sitecore Send. And of course, you can manually add them through admin panel. Yeah, by default, the only required information about the recipient is an email, but you can extend the user information with some custom properties and tags. So Sitecore Sends make it easy for you to create an email marketing campaign and send it. So the first type of email campaigns is a regular campaign. Is designed for one-time use. As soon as the campaign is configured to be sent, it's no longer can be edited. The only way to make any changes is to create a new campaign or copy an already sent campaign. But of course, it comes with all built-in features which contain Sitecore Send. So, for example, you have you can design your email campaign in the built-in editor. It contains lots of predefined templates. You can use them as a base for your campaign. You can preview your campaign before sending it. You can send it now or schedule it for later delivery. And you can as well run some spam tests to check how it rates against various popular spam filters like Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and others. And you can as well track the performance of your email campaign in the statistics. So when it comes to design, the editor has some options. You can use built-in editor. If you already have some HTML template for your email, you can just import it. And yeah, during the designing of any campaign, you can as well use personalization tags to refer users' email, name, or custom properties to customize and personalize email for each recipient. I will cover some features of the default email editor during the demo. So here are a few use cases for regular email campaign. Again, as it's designed to be sent and to be used only for one-time send. So usually it should be used for some global email campaigns such as global sales and discounts, suggestions for holidays, some seasonal offers, most recent updates and upcoming events, and so on and so on. Another type of the campaign is A/B testing campaign. So it's pretty much the same as regular, but you can have two versions of your email campaign and check which one is performs better. So here is more details about A/B testing campaigns. First of all, you can configure what to test, or in variable, in other words. So you can choose what to test between subject line, content, the email itself, from name. You can configure different senders for the A and B versions. Inside Send for a single A/B test, only one criteria can be chosen as a test variable. again in scope of one test. So it's not possible to create the tests on both subject line and content, for example. Then when the content for test is prepared, you can configure other A/B test settings, such as sample size for A and B variants and for the winner version. By default, Sitecore splits the test size and the winner size by Pareto principle 20/80. So on 20% they are testing. That means that 10% is sent to version A, and 10% of the audience receiving version B, and then which version is performed better is sent to the rest 80% of the audience. But of course, you can change those settings. Yeah, so basically it's up to you what is the split here. Then you should specify the winner version criteria. You have two options: highest numbers of opens or highest numbers of clicks in your email, and the duration of the test. So how long the test will run before the winner version will be set. You have an option between 1 hour and 24 hours. Yeah, I forgot to mention that the use case for this campaign, again, is pretty much the same as for a regular campaign. The only difference here is that maybe you have two versions, or you just want to check which versions performs better. So another type of campaign is RSS campaign. As it comes from its name, when you have some RSS feed, you can specify this as a source, as the content URL for your campaign. So then, as soon as a new content is posted, the email campaign will be sent. You can configure some the recurrence, how often it will be sent. Another thing to mention is that Sitecore build the RSS campaign in that way that only content which is published after the campaign is activated will be sent. So it should be between you activated your campaign, RSS campaign, and you sending it, there should be some new content posted in the RSS feed. Instead, it won't be sent, but maybe it will be sent later. So it can be used to notify users about any continuously published content, events, articles, blogs, recipes, changelogs, and so on. And yeah, to design this campaign, you have two options. Use special layout type in the built-in editor, or use HTML import and some special syntax. So here is some special syntax which can be used in the HTML template. This example is showing the latest 5 articles from RSS campaign, from RSS feed. Another type of campaign is repeatable campaign. It automatically loads the design from some designated website resource and send it to your audience. So you need to provide the URL where this design is located, so Sitecore can can download it. It just executes usual GET request to fetch the HTML for the campaign to use it. So here you're not able to use Sitecore Send editor for managing this campaign. You should manage it somewhere outside of Sitecore Send. Yeah, during each campaign send, Sitecore Send request email body only once. There is no request for each recipient with some recipient information like a mail or something like that. Again, it's only requested once. So for each customer, this campaign will look like almost the same. But you can still use personalization tags inside your campaign body. And if you want to skip the campaign sending, probably the best way is to return 204 HTTP status, which stands for no content response. Or if you prefer, you can use as well any non-success HTTP status, 400, 500, and so on. The use case for this campaign is some continuously published content, the same as RSS, but maybe you don't have access to feed, or you don't need, or you don't have a feed. You have maybe you have only some API, or you need some advanced filtering, sorting, or any other logic for your data, which RSS feed doesn't provide by default. Another example is continuously updated content, exchange rates, marketing indexes, new arrivals in e-commerce, discounts and increases during sales season, and any other. So now to talk about automated campaigns. Sitecore Send simplifies creation of the campaigns. You can use any existing recipes for it or create your own from scratch. So automated campaign contains trigger. It's an entity which identifies moment where the campaign should be started. For example, recipient is added to the list to start some welcome automation, or product is added to the cart, to the shopping cart for abandoned cart automation. And conditions and actions. Actions is usually send the mail, or maybe some change recipient data, like add some tag or change some custom property value. Yeah, as a result, the campaign looks like a block scheme. You can hope you can see it on the right side of the slide. But during this presentation, I won't focus that much on it today. But I have some. I covered those topics in some previous presentations. So one-to-one marketing and abandoned cart automations. So you can scan QR code and check it if you're interested in more details here. So samples for automations where it can be used. For example, inform, reward, or engage subscribers, abandoned cart emails, or maybe some product recommendations. Yeah, the next type of campaigns is transactional campaigns. Transactional messages that are sent in response to an action a user takes on a website or application. This type of email campaign contains the date specific for each user, and typically sent to individuals once at a time. So the key difference here is that in comparison to previous email campaigns is that data should be specific to user. Previously, we targeted some large, some big list of users. Some email was sent almost the same for all audience. The only thing we can use to personalize it, some personalization text. But here we need to use, for example, some order details or maybe account confirmation link and somehow place it in our email. And Sitecore suggests to use SMTP server for it. So that means basically you need to prepare the content for email by yourself somewhere outside of Sitecore. Then you can use Sitecore SMTP server to send the email, and as well you can track the performance of this email inside Sitecore inside some special campaign called transactional campaign. So yeah, this is the way we need to proceed with transactional campaigns. A few examples of transactional campaigns. There are welcome emails, account creation emails, password reset emails, order confirmation emails, shipping confirmations, payment invoices, purchase receipts, and payment failure notifications. So basically, those emails are part of any e-commerce site and highly used. Yeah, again, so Sitecore provides ability to use their SMTP server. All the connection details can be found on under your account settings. You need to enable use of SMTP. Of course, sending emails via SMTP is a well-known, straightforward process, and I don't want to teach you how to do it. But here I want to highlight one thing, that we can use campaign grid header if we want to change the campaign ID, where we can track all the statistics and reports about our campaign. But everything else looks like usual sending email using SMTP server. So to talk about how to prepare body for the transactional email, you can prepare it in any way you prefer, but it's commonly to use some template engine such as Mustache, Handlebars for JavaScript, or Razor for ASP.NET applications. So yeah, you can prepare and use it in any service you prefer, maybe Sitecore XM Cloud, or any third-party services you use, or build your own service for it. The template for transactional mail can be managed in Sitecore as well. So here is an example of how the order confirmation email can be managed in the Sitecore in the default editor. But it's not an ideal approach, because unfortunately there is no way in Sitecore to manage template only, because again any transactional transactional email should be sent using SMTP, so we need some way to prepare body by our own. But Sitecore can only, inside Sitecore you can only manage the the email body is a template only inside of campaign. But here we need we don't need the campaign, we need only template itself. But if you want to use this feature, yeah, it's still possible. So I wrote an article about it. Again, you can go and check it there. Yeah, now let's talk a few words about tracking the campaigns. By default, Sitecore Send tracks count of opened emails and clicks inside email. This information is available for all campaigns in reports. Campaign performance can be tracked with Google Analytics as well. I will show in details how it's implemented in the next slide. And for A/B testing, campaigns, we have some A/B specific statistics like A/B winner, split settings, and so on. Also, you can observe statistics of your recipients by location, device, email clients, and so on. And for e-commerce solution email, you can as well track email campaign performance by revenue. So you need to check the checkbox in your campaign settings, and then you will be able to track email campaign by revenue. But to achieve it, you need to have website tracking installed, Sitecore Send website tracking installed on your website. So here is how Sitecore Send tracks email opens. It's a well-known approach that inside the mail they place in a very small 1 pixel by 1 pixel image with the source of this image as a tracking URL. In the image URL we have campaign ID, recipient ID, so Sitecore Send can easily detect that specified recipient opens the campaign. And here is information about how the links opens are tracked in the Sitecore Send. So let's imagine that we have some link which is on the top as a source link, and as a result we want that when user clicks a link in our email, user will be redirected to that link, to that page. So Sitecore Send internally transforms this URL into its own format, where the information about campaign ID, recipient ID, and the link ID is included. So then when the user clicking the link in the email, it firstly tracks that the link is clicked, and then it's redirected to the initial URL. But if you checked the checkbox track your campaign with Google Analytics, when this toggle is checked, then UTM params are also added to the link, and the result link when the Google Analytics tracking is enabled, you can see on the bottom of the slide. So the source link with all the UTM params. So that's all for the presentation, and now let's move to the demo. Let me again, so here is Sitecore Send, or Musend in our words. As I mentioned previously, everything starts here with audience. We have multiple email lists here. Specifically for this demo, I prepared some email list. I just added manually all the lists here, all the recipients here. I use this plus Gmail trick to use single Gmail account but multiple recipients. So Sitecore thinks it's those recipients are different users, but they all share the single mailbox. I sent and contain only email and name information, and I will show how to use it in the personalization of the emails. And as well, we have some user without the name populated. So I will also show how to handle those situations. So now let's go to the campaigns. Again, here we have lots of campaigns, just regular campaigns. Let's open. Yeah, so here we have the campaign name and status, and let's check any regular campaign which was already sent. So I'm getting redirected to the reports of this regular campaign because it was already sent. I can't edit it. The only thing I can see here is to view the design of the campaign, of the email which was sent. I can check some statistics, to whom it was sent, who opened, track some link clicks. No link clicks for this campaign, okay. And I can delete it or duplicate. So now let's go back to this menu. And now let's create some regular campaign. So here we start with, we need to get a name for this campaign. So let's call it demo campaign. For subject line. Here in the sharp symbol, I can see the personalization tags which are available here. So for example, I wanna to make my campaign more personalized, and I want to include some recipient name here in the subject. So I use this personalization tag, but as you remember, we have one subscriber which doesn't have a name, or it's not populated in our email list. So to handle those situations, we can provide some default value after the /. So for example, here for this syntax will be interpreted like if a recipient has a field name, it will be replaced. If not, then the default fallback to user value will be performed. I can have some preview text for my awesome campaign. Then I need to specify the sender. As well, I can select some reply to settings and include some tracking settings. So let's do it like this. After that, after configuring some basic settings, I need to choose a mail list. I can select the whole email list, or I can select just a few segments of the list. For example, I have this one email list with 2 segments. I can expand it here and include only recipients from technologies. So now And now I can go to the designer. And when I click and start designing, I'm getting redirected to the out of the box Sitecore Send Designer, where I can choose any existing template. For example, I want to use this template. Yeah, I just previewed it, so I like it. I want to use it. And here I'm in the editor. I can insert some containers, layouts, actually. I can create my own container. For example, here we have the container. And I can remove it, of course, and I can, save custom layout. And here I can custom, now let's call it demo custom layout, save it. And now it's here. So I can reuse it for not only scope of this email, but in some others. The same thing I can do with items, insert images, texts, and so on. Manage some global settings here for fonts, for Gmail annotation. Maybe I want to manage some social share section or populate social media settings. Of course, I can preview, get the code for this campaign as HTML. Yeah, and I can just update it, and it should be stored in my mail campaign. So now I can I can choose either I want to send it now or I want to send it at a specific time. So I can prepare it for maybe some holiday or something like this. I just want to send it now. And as well, I can resend campaign to openers. So for example, after 2 days, I can remind users about our campaign. So don't forget about our awesome campaign. Next, so I can preview it. Yeah, I like it. So close the preview and I will click send. I can cancel it if I want. I have 30 seconds for it. Or if everything is fine, I just can return to it. And it has ready to send status. So I need to wait some time till it will be sent. Yes, another example is A/B testing campaign. So let's quickly check already sent campaign. Again, as it was once sent, I'm not able to change it. I can only I can basically perform the same operations as for regular campaign. I can observe some A/B testing statistics. So check what is the winning version split by content and some split sections and so on and so on. So let's also quickly check it in the new campaign. So here on the basic settings, I can select what I want to test: subject line, content, from name. So for example, if I if I select subject line, I have subject line A, subject line B options. If I want to test the content, I have design A, design B. If I want to test the sender, I have from name email address A. and from name email address B. So let's check just quickly test mail AB test pane A B. Again, I can use all the personalization text here. So I'm populating all the required details here. Yeah, I just wanted to select a few lists here to ensure that I have lots of subscribers. Start designing. I will again just use the use this template because yes, just want to save it. And here it comes to the A/B testing settings. So how many recipients will receive version A, version B? What is the criteria for the winning version, and test duration. So run it like this, clicks. Again, schedule delivery, the same option for non-openers. And again, I can send it, but I won't because there are lots of subscribers and I just don't want to spam some. Yeah, so then we have RSS and AB and repeatable campaigns. So for those types of campaigns, we have separated menu item. So for the RSS, for example, I have here Sky Sports RSS feed. Get the latest updates from the Sky Sports. Yeah, and here I just need to specify RSS URL. So, and all this content will be transformed into the email. So for the design, the only thing I wanted to show here is that we're using special layout type RSS campaign, and inside this RSS layout, we can use items like RSS title, RSS summary, and so on. And yeah, basically to populate the content of our email. We can preview it. Yeah, preview is here. Yeah, and here we have some latest sport news updates. Yeah, in the for real customer, it looks like this as well. So it's just Sky Sports for RSS feed for Christian. So for example, it was sent to this email +3. So to Christian, yeah, that's true. So it's sent to Christian. And we should also have Sky Sports RSS feed for you. It's for +4 user subscriber because this user doesn't have name, and we're using the fallback for you here in the subject. We can click the links. It contains some campaign ID inside it, and this information can be observed somewhere in the campaign details in the reports of the campaign. So, for example, we can go to reports, check the select this RSS feed campaign and track link clicks, track activity, recipient activity. Yeah, so we have a click map. Yeah, so mostly viewed on, who opened, who not opened, who clicked. So all this information is already there. The next type is a repeatable campaign. So I also prepared it for you. It's all the same as RSS. The only difference that here we have content URL field, and if we go to it, here we have the email template which needs to be sent to users. This email template is generated using Express JavaScript server, and this server is deployed to Vercel and served there. The logic for this email template is that we're using Sitecore Stack Exchange API to get the latest articles, latest unanswered articles for the which were published during the previous week. So we have here we create the URL to request the data, just fetching this data, returning the JSON, and then in the index JSON in the index.js file we have we requesting the data, and then we're rendering the email. Also using MGML email framework here, which is designed for responsive emails. But again, the key thing here is that the template is managed by our own. We just need to provide the HTML for Sitecore send, and then it will send this email to the configured list of recipients. And as a result, it looks like this, for example. So again, you can use personalization tags there. Because here is the final email, and here is the template. So here we're using the personalization tag and with default value fallback. And for when we click in the link, again, maybe I can just copy the link and highlight the documents requests. As you can see here, the original link was that. Some internal Sitecore send tracking link, then it's getting redirected to the default to the source link with some UTM parameters added. So if it would be like our own site with Google Analytics enabled, then we can as well track the campaign performance in the Google Analytics. And the last campaign type is transactional campaigns. This campaign can be created here, so there is no way to create transactional campaign here. By default, transactional campaign recipients are coming to this default email list. As you can see here, is the source is transactional campaign. As I mentioned, the sending of the transactional email should be done using the SMTP. So here you can check the you can find the SMTP details, connection details, and configure it in Sitecore or in any other service. And then And then somewhere you need to prepare the email body and send it using Sitecore send SMTP. So I have some ASP.NET Core application, web application, where I have render and send order confirmation emails. So the format for this order or the body for this method is an order from order cloud. So this service can be published to Azure or to any other cloud provider, and then it can be configured as a webhook in the order cloud when the order is created, order is completed. So then the email should be sent. To check it, to show it how it looks like, I have as well the same request opened in the Postman. So I have some already prepared order body with some information about user, with some order ID, with line items, product information. So basically all the order information. And here, this endpoint just renders the email. It's just very simple email with some product information and basically all order information. And this endpoint, so I can just, for testing purpose, use this, use the same body, just change the email here and click send. So we have success true, and meaning hopefully we will have, first of all, the new recipient in the transactional campaign recipients. Not yet, maybe need to wait some time. Oh, by the way, we can just check the yeah, so here we have the email received. We can click the link to go to the product details and so on. I hope we will also be able to check the no, for some reason it's not there yet, but
Igor, being conscious of time, let's
sure.
see if anyone has any questions. And
yeah, sure. So basically, as well, you can just check all the statistics in the campaign, and as well track the transactional campaigns inside Cosent. So yeah, that was all from my side. I have as well some links here in the, no, not like this. Okay, so maybe I need to, yeah, so I can just, no, it's not working. Okay, so I have a few links here. You can check my Git repo for more information. And of course, thank you for your time.